Is that
Wait, let me see. Oh, no, there we go.
Hello.
Okay, now my mic is working. Okay. Hi! My mic wasn't working. I should have tested that. Hello. Welcome to Story Reckless. I am Nathan. I'm the DM here, and I use he, him pronouns. And we're playing D&D and Descent into Avernus, and we are so close to finishing this campaign. I can taste it. All right. Intros.
I'm Claire. My pronouns are they, them. I am playing Kadam, half-elf grave cleric, who is in jail.
Prison abolition in Avernus is not very far along. My name is Olive. I use she and they pronouns. I am playing Calliope, Air Genasi Artificer. She's exhausted. I was under general anesthesia today, so I feel about as good as she does. She probably still feels worse, but I'm trying to method act. So please forgive if I'm a little bit loopy.
Hi, I'm Enyo, they, them pronouns, and I'm playing Pip, an alchemist satyr who is probably even more exhausted. I mean, definitely more exhausted than Calliope. What do you mean?
I just had a long rest, I guess.
Yeah, she got to just chill out in a bag.
Well, excellent. With all that, let's do a quick recap and jump right into this, because I think we're all anxious to move things along here. So, with all that, last we left off, Calliope and Pip discovered how to destroy the contracts from Mad Maggie. Pip had a conversation with Mad Maggie about their relationship, and ultimately it seems that Pip has come to terms with being with Mad Maggie indefinitely, it seems. She has come to terms with the fact that her soul is currently owned by Mad Maggie.
We'll see how long she wants it.
Yeah, and it does seem that, for what it's worth, she said that she's really enjoyed, I don't think working with you is the right word, enjoyed having you, enjoyed being with you, and your soul will likely not just be sold off to the highest bidder when you die. She did admit that. So, who knows what will happen to Pip if Pip dies. Calliope, you got the last tale, or you got, it was like right at the start, I believe, of the interrogation with Kadam. So you got some information in that Kadam is in fact being interrogated by Zariel, and that some of the questions being asked were, who your allies were, and you got the bit about Kadam giving kind of half-truths, leads that aren't necessarily going to be that useful.
But they are spraying on us now, so
yes,
we got enough for that.
Yes, because as you left, barreling off towards Elturel, you discovered you had a tail, and then Calliope, you saw that there was a scrying board.
Pip.
Just like Pip, that's right. Pip has a tail now, because Pip tried to lie in front of Mad Maggie, and the part of Pip's arrangement with Mad Maggie is if you lie and you get caught, you slowly are being turned into like a tiefling, it seems. But yeah, you saw that there, Calliope, you saw that there was a scrying orb following you, and that there was some creature following you. But Pip was able to masterfully dart off into some hoodoos, new word of the week from last week. Some rocky pillars, kind of a maze-like formation of rocky pillars, and you've lost your tail within there. Not your actual tail.
Like one of those lizards that like sheds the tail to distract pursuers.
I was thinking like a little free library, leaf a tail, pick up a tail.
Oh my god. Well, the lizard tail thing just makes me imagine now a scene where Pip does do that, and her tail just pops off and distracts everyone. Anyways,
there's that big guy like with all the guns and stuff, just like looking down like among the hoodoos at this like squirming tail.
What the hell? Meanwhile, Kadam, You were stuck in jail, as you said. You had a brief interaction with what actually turned out to be Thavius Krieg's devil form here down in Avernus, seemingly being held within one of these cells. He was just trying to convince you that maybe it'd be better to just work with Zariel.
Really ain't interested at this point.
Yeah. As we went back to Calliope and Pip, you saw El Terrell as you came up over a ridge, and you could see it was being besieged by demons and devils. The devils, they seem to be, trying to win back the city from the demons. And you were starting to devise a plan as to what to do and how to destroy the contract with all of these chaos happening around you. So, let us pick up, first do a quick check-in with Kadam, because it took you about 8 hours to get to El Terrell, Calliope, and Pip, and would like to first check in with Kadam to see if they're going to attempt to do anything in this 8-hour period. So, Kadam.
I am going to attempt a long rest.
Okay. Do you have like a vague idea how you're going to do this, or are you just going to just try to lay down?
I'm gonna wrap myself in my wings,
Mm-hmm.
almost like a sleeping bag,
Okay, yeah, I like that.
and pray.
And pray, okay. So my first instinct is literally just to have you make a con save to see if you can, like, comfortably get in a position to fall asleep.
A concentration save, perhaps?
No, not a
I'm
concentration.
not concentrating on
Yeah.
it. Dang. Concentrate.
We gotta try.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what. You're gonna pray. Go ahead and make a religion check for me, and this is just, let's just see if you'll get any little bonus here.
No.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. All right, then in that case, just make a con save for me, and let's see if you can pull this off.
12.
Unfortunately, no. It's as sturdy as your new wings are. Unfortunately, there still seems to be nerve endings in your magical wings, and
I would expect there to be.
And you can just feel the discomfort of this horrible cell that you're in as you try to lay there and sleep, as well as just the ambient noise is not great. There is periodic loud, blaring calls from the PA system in the fortress. I gotta come up with a better word, but that's basically what it is. And as well as just the constant sound of the engine going. And periodically you straight up are jolted awake by the fortress itself shuddering as it feels like something large crashes into it. And then you hear muffled sounds of cannons going off. So yeah, it is not a great place to try to be sleeping. Hi, Heartless Halo. I don't think we've seen you before. Thanks for joining. Lurkin loves. Cool. Yeah, thanks for lurking. So, Kadam, you do not get a long rest. And I guess we will be switching back over. If you're just going to attempt this for the 8 hours, you're going to switch back over.
What else?
Okay. All right. Calliope, Pip. So, we pick up with you once more. You're here up on the ridge, stretching out far below you, probably a half mile down, maybe more, to the banks of the river Styx. And you can see that the shorelines are teeming with creatures. One of you rolled a really high perception, so you're able to make out where roughly the devil front lines are here on the side of the banks that you are actually currently on. For the sake of ease, we'll use cardinal directions based on our map, our big Avernus map, and we'll say that you are on the northern shore, and that seems to be where the devils have established a beachhead. That being said, there's fighting just happening, right? The demons are trying to push into the devil's base of operations. It's just kind of an endless flow. So, and then there are obviously in the skies, you see, there's flyers, there's combat happening up in the skies above El Terrell. There's the flying fortress, which is kind of hovering above the city on that northern side of the city. And then far on the southern side of the city is where you can just barely make out the high hall at the top of the hill, far over there. So, what's the plan here? What are you guys thinking?
Calliope? No. What's your plan? You're the one
Okay,
who's pressed. You've got
Here's the
this.
plan. I book it. We drop the thing off. You ride that way and make a distraction. I come rejoin you, pick you up, then we all head up.
Easy peasy. We can find a path through there.
Great.
Valor kind of looks over. What about me? Am I going to stay down here?
No. We'll handle it. I got a plan.
Well, all right. Are we gonna just keep it mysterious, or do we want to actually talk through? Is this for dramatic effect?
Yes.
All right, fine. I'll just trust you then. It's not
It's
very.
where they could be watching.
Oh,
anytime.
right. Okay, this makes sense now. Got it.
All right, let's go.
Okay. Pip, you and Valor are gonna drive off in the opposite direction of Calliope. And are you going to actually try to cause a distraction, get the attention of some of the creatures where Calliope is headed?
Yes.
Okay.
The first thing Pip is going to do is take out the orb of dragonkind, shake it like a magic 8-ball.
Okay.
And
Oh no.
you wanted a distraction, and you wanted to keep it mysterious. So here's your distraction.
Oh my god.
Okay. I'm ready.
I guess Pip is going to, because this feels like it's a big moment. This calls for a new cut, not just a scab.
El Terrell's gonna get wrecked. Even more than it is.
All right.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Yeah. What happens next?
Yeah. Pip pricks the tip of her finger and draws a rune onto the orb. That is, and we'll start by using the remaining 2 charges to cast Death Ward on herself.
Okay. Cool. So, Death Ward washes over you. You now, if you drop to 0, right, you pop up to 1 instead, I believe. So, okay.
I'm definitely still going to die.
But you have
It's
that.
not going to.
You have
Yeah.
that little extra level of protection cast on you.
Yeah. And then I roll a d4. Yes, only one point of damage. That's never picking a scab again. That was painful. It was so much worse.
Oh, yeah.
And is going to focus. And is, I know that this doesn't do anything mechanically, but it's just going to think of roasting evil dragons. It's just coming up with vile insult after insult.
Okay.
It's just.
Cast vicious mockery on every dragon.
That's
within 100
exactly
miles.
it. Yeah. No.
So-
Within only 40 miles. Only 40 miles.
So you focus in thinking of every insult you can towards dragons. And as you do, you kind of feel this almost buzzing at your fingertips as you hold on to this orb, and you see the mist within just start to swirl chaotically and sort of almost, you swear there are shadows of wings and long necks and snouts that almost appear within the roiling mist as you do this. And then it all kind of coalesces, and then there's just a sudden low pulse of a as it all coalesces and stops. And you feel that you have sent that energy out 40 miles around. We will see what happens. We will resolve that when it becomes relevant. What is next?
Okay, Valor. We're going to have company, perhaps. There have to be like dead bodies and all kinds of just like armor around, right?
Down by the shore, yeah,
Down by the shore.
and kind of like, some of it. So there are pockets where it looks like skirmishes took place, like further away from the shoreline, where maybe like groups of demons tried to make a break, where you can see like, yeah, there are pools of ichor and what you can make out to be maybe some crumpled bodies that are kind of partially submerged in it.
Okay, well, we don't have time for all of this, for everything that I actually want to do right now, so do we just...
I mean, we could just literally go down by the banks to a spot that looks not that busy and just try to... I mean, we're on big, loud machines, so I think if we drive past, they'll probably spot us and then hopefully chase after us. And as long as they don't have machines like this, then I think we'll be all right, right? I mean, these things are really fast.
They are. I don't see any machines like that around, right?
I don't think so. I mean, I haven't seen demons really use it except that one time in the Citadel but they weren't using it very well, so...
Let's clear a path for Calliope.
All right, let's do it. Okay, so if you want to create a distraction for Calliope, I'd say you could do a performance roll to try to like create a big distraction as you go past, or you can do like a dex-based proficiency roll with the bike just to like see how well you can drive this thing to get as
you're
close.
asking me to do a performance roll? I would love to do a performance roll.
You can do a performance roll. Yeah, go for it.
Can Valor help?
Yes, Valor will give you advantage as Valor picks up on what you're doing. Wow, you rolled 2 18s. All right. You both go barreling down the hill. Calliope, you see them take off ahead of you, and you see them going towards a section of the banks where it looks like there's less of a concentration of creatures down there, probably demons. And as they go curving past, you see a large clump of them turn and notice, and they all start loping and bounding in the direction of them. Unfortunately, it wasn't quite good enough to draw all of them. There's a small gap, but it's not as big as you would like. But there's probably
big enough for me. Let's go.
A brief moment.
So gonna cast Longstrider on Winged Dummy.
Okay.
Gonna mount up Winged Dummy. Winged Dummy is going to activate its Boots of Speed and Boots of Flight.
Okay.
So that is a flying speed of 100 feet per round.
Okay, great.
And we're just gonna be moving and dashing, and
so you're gonna go as fast as you can. Okay.
Yeah.
So not stealthy. Great. This man, I'll tell you what, I think, because you're just trying to get there as quickly as possible and avoid any conflict, right?
Yeah.
So,
and like, a good distance above the ground.
Yeah, of course, yeah. I think a perception roll, because you're moving quickly and trying to gauge, like where things are and where they might be heading towards you. So yeah, I think a perception roll is going to be the roll here.
21.
Okay. So you take off. Big Dummy. Big Dummy's like this, like
Winged
robotic
Dummy.
Winged Dummy is like this
Okay,
robotic
so
wyvern
I
type
think
thing, right?
I think I've made some adjustments on the way in here, and I was just like, Winged Dummy, it's a little bit like overplayed. We already did the like two-legged chicken walker thing. I have a better idea. And so Winged Dummy kind of like turns itself up, and
Okay.
there is a kind of like impression that Calliope like steps on its feet and like sticks her arms kind of like out into the wings, and
It's full
or
on
not
like
the wings, kind of like arms.
yeah, like a hang glider
and it
almost,
has
right?
two wings. Yeah. And This is an exosuit.
So you're kind of in the
Wing a dummy.
belly of the
Yeah.
wyvern. Okay, great.
Yeah.
So you get in and whoo, kick off as the wings push down, and you kick off into the sky. With all of your little gadgets activated, Winged Dummy just takes off at great speed. As you start rocketing across the barren landscape and see the river Styx rushing towards you, you start to make out more details of demons scampering across the shoreline, just masses like ants rushing towards the fronts of the devils. But there is this gap that Valor and Pip have created for you. You manage to notice just before you make it over the Styx, there is what looked to be an aerial battle happening very close to you, and you spot one of the demons sort of spiral off of it, turn their head and spot you and start to rocket down towards you. Luckily, because you spotted them, you're able to just slightly alter your pathing, and there's just no way they're going to catch up with you, even in a dive bomb, and you manage to, at immense speed, coast out over the river Styx. Below is the torrent of this slick black river rushing past. You see the multitude of demons pouring out of it, and you're closer to the city. You are out over the Styx.
May Avernus take you, Z. Pulls out the contract, goes down, skims, not too close, drops the contract in the Styx.
Okay, so you dive bomb down right above the water and let go of the contract as it tumbles.
Gonna do one spin, or like loop around to make sure that it hits the ground and sinks.
Okay, yeah. As you bank and turn, looking down, I mean, with the 21, you can see the glint of the iron as it plummets, and then there's just a very definitive boop as it splashes into the strange viscous water and disappears beneath. With that 21, you see sort of almost like a depth charge under the water, a flash of fiery orange light as something and as you continue to coast away, there's now a couple demons in pursuit of you, but again, your speed is fast enough, they're probably not gonna be able to catch up.
I want to try and catch up then to the distraction that's happening.
Okay, yeah, so as you spot them like banking off away from you, you curve and turn and start moving in their direction, and then suddenly there is just a piercing scream of rage that seems to emanate across the entire plane of Avernus. It just Kadam, you hear this. You are like at the end of this 8-hour period, and you suddenly just, and the whole walls seem to reverberate within the fortress. And Calliope, you just continue heading towards your companions with this scream reverberating in your mind, in the environment all around you. What are you guys gonna do as you are being pursued by demons, but again, you are faster than them, so you could probably, stay ahead of them.
I am going to enlarge reduce, bring a dummy, and pick up both of our companions right off their motorcycles.
That's so cool. Okay, awesome. So as that scream,
No, my bike!
yeah, as that scream comes to a close and seems to reverberate all around you, Winged Dummy expands outwards, becoming this massive flying vehicle, and as you swoop down like a bird of prey, the two legs reach out and grasp onto the shoulders of your companions. Pip, you suddenly feel this harsh metallic talon just press into your shoulder, and then and your stomach drops out. Valor is just like, oh shit, oh, all right, that was cool. And as you start to pick up off the ground, the bikes sort of swerve and crash into the dirt. They immediately get overwhelmed by demons that just start to pile over them. to pick them apart, and you start to bank up off away. The two winged demons seem to have given up at this point and got distracted as they both dive bomb back down towards the front lines. But you now have a clear view high up here in the sky of El Terrell stretching out beyond, and the various lines of battle happening below you. You aren't necessarily that safe because there are a lot of winged creatures in the air. It's hard to track them all. You are faster than them, most of them.
But we're going towards them, so
yes.
they could head
So
up.
yeah. So, if you are going to try to get into the city, we're gonna slightly simplify this. It's just gonna be 3 skill checks, and this isn't necessarily gonna be. It's like skill challenge light. You're gonna make it into the city. If you fail these skill checks, you're going to take some damage. Just simulating narrow misses, shrapnel flying through the air as you try to get down into the streets of El Terrell. So, who would like to do the first skill check? The obvious ones are, stealth or survival or perception, but
Deception?
just try. Yeah, I mean, sell me on it. How we doing deception? How we doing deception?
Oh,
It's all you.
shit. Yeah.
How are
You got
how are
any
gonna
bright
do-
ideas down there?
Okay. I did hear. Could we? Hey, we can do the prisoner gambit again, or maybe we can do reinforcements. We can try and pretend that we're reinforcements coming in.
Message him.
I'm going to message them. So I'm going to message whoever is in the fanciest armor.
Okay, cool. Okay, so as you are arcing up here above the battle and starting to swoop down towards El Terrell, make a quick perception roll for me. Let's see if you spot.
Can I roll perception too? Is that?
Yeah, you can both for this,
Okay.
and this won't count towards your
16.
16. Okay, great.
14.
14. Okay, Calliope, you do spot that they seem to be sort of coordinating between the beachhead down on the banks of the Styx and the new beachhead being formed up on the streets of El Terrell, where these like portals are being formed and troops are being sent through. There seems to be a very large winged devil, which you actually spotted before, way back when you first left El Terrell. There was a pit fiend that you spotted, and you spot that same pit fiend. They're in this really like crazy looking armor that has this like almost pyramid head-esque, if you know Silent Hill, just this massive like iron headpiece that doesn't seem to have eye slots. They have a big banner that they're wielding at their side, and they're just floating above the battle, and they seem to be kind of surveying everything as they like fly there, and you just watch them like swat away a demon with one decisive strike as it goes spiraling back down into the Styx.
So I just thought of something. Our next destination is the companion to try to poke it. Is that below us or above us?
I mean, it's above you because you were going kind of up towards the city, and then above the city is the...
Right, got it. I thought you said you were going down towards the city for some reason.
I probably did, but yeah, I guess
Yeah.
technically, yeah.
Great.
Okay,
You got
so-
it. You said you got a 16. Okay, cool.
So what is our play here? We just want to avoid the big guy, right?
The screen. Do something with the screen.
Wait, the what?
The screen that just happened.
The screen. Like loading screen. Hold on.
As you are strategizing this, you do briefly. Your thoughts are once more interrupted as there is a familiar loud as the flying fortress lets out a big blare, and you can kind of see it slowly turning, not towards you all, but just it seems to be kind of slowly turning closer towards the front lines of the battle in the city of El Terrell. And with a 16, Calliope, you do catch with immense speed, some dark shape just shoot up from the front lines of the battle towards that flying fortress, just, and then it seems to alight somewhere up at the top of the fortress, and with a flash of light, it disappears.
That was fast.
Okay, so I need to draw them away. Just draw them away.
Just give us a path. Have them let us pass.
All right. Okay, I've heard Zariel's voice. I can do this.
Oh fuck. Okay. Okay.
Um,
You do have the actor feat.
exactly. I do. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, what's a good thing to say though? All right. I guess I'll just say, I think,
They've attacked the Creed, maybe, and we need to go check on it. The Creed's
Yeah.
in danger.
The Creed is in danger. Okay. Right. I guess. Oh shit! What did Zariel's voice sound like again? Okay. Yeah. So Pip is just going to. Well, okay. So the big thing, does that look like it was the pit fiend already taking off?
No, you didn't spot that. That was Calliope.
You
That
didn't
was
spot that.
a separate
Oh,
entity
that was a separate
that seemed to leave the
Okay.
front lines of the battle in the city of Elturel. There's kind of like two fronts. There's a front down on the banks of the Styx, and then there's one where it looks like the devils are trying to push into the city towards High Hall, and that's where you saw Calliope, some shape, take off from that front that's going towards High Hall.
Okay. Well, Pip is going to message that pit fiend in the big fancy armor and tell him that I really don't remember Zariel's voice.
That's fine.
so-
We will
just,
assume that you are doing.
It is in Zariel's voice.
It was, I don't know, it was basically my voice, but it was just like mannerisms, I think. The way,
Mhm.
like the tone at which you speak. Yeah.
The Creed is being threatened. You are needed back at the fortress.
Okay, go ahead and make that deception roll.
It's a 22.
That was at advantage? Oh yeah, 16 or 22. Okay. Okay, let me check something.
You know what? I'm gonna flash a genius at just in case.
Yeah,
We're fresh. Let's get them up. So up to 27.
Oh, what do you mean? Where? Is that the royal we? You're fresh.
Sorry, I wasn't expecting to. Okay.
So we might have just made a lot of trouble for ourselves later. Now that I think about this.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think this is a good idea, but it's
All right.
okay. We'll deal with that when we get to it.
I'm just gonna do an insight roll for this. You know, actually with a 27, yeah, actually no, because that's right. This is part of the skill challenge. Sorry, 27. That is more than enough. That is plenty. Yes, of course. Yes. So you deliver this to this pit fiend, in Zariel's voice, and you see the pit fiend. I mean, I don't think they even notice you. You just see them like they seem to take a moment, kind of like scanning all the forces around them, and then they turn and take off, and you see them heading for the fortress. So that
I should have told him that he was needed at Archon's tower or something.
so that major obstacle is out of the way, and you do feel confident that you can get closer to the city without being harassed with that pit fiend out of the picture. So you start to climb further upwards, and now you're starting to see the streets of Elturel stretching out before you, and there in the middle of the city, the pulsing companion. I'm gonna need another skill check of some kind to get through this next section. Valor could contribute as well, technically, but yeah.
Trying to think about how I can con history into this. The history of Elturel.
Maybe.
I know a secret passageway.
I mean, you are flying, but
The jet stream. in
Yeah,
Avernus.
you could know of like go ahead. You know what? Make a history check for me, and I have an idea if you succeed.
18.
18. Yeah, that's enough for this second check. You realize that even though it'll be risky because of kind of how close quarters it could be if something spots you, but you could dive down into what used to be the little the kind of river that the two bridges went over in that kind of canyon, and you could get a lot of cover by like doing some daring flying through that canyon.
That sounds great. Let's do that.
Okay, great. So yeah, you now have to kind of dip down and start to curve, and you can see that there is a lot of fighting happening above this canyon with winged flyers, but a lot of them have avoided going down into the depths of it, and you're able to just start arcing through it, getting deeper into the city. The companion pulsing far above you, kind of off ahead. You're not quite under it, but you know you're getting closer. I just need one more skill check to get into the depths of the city.
Valor. Sorry.
I mean, I don't know, what does Valor have? What skills is Valor good at? I know athletics.
Valor is proficient with athletics and intimidation,
Yeah.
and she's good at both.
Okay.
I kind of feel like this should just be a piloting check if we're taking a dangerous short.
just
Yeah,
like Dex.
I think so. Yeah. So you can just do Dex plus your proficiency bonus for this final leg. Yeah.
Cool. I'll do it. Dirty 20.
Okay. Arcing and banking through the tight, narrow corridors of this canyon, you swoop under one of those bridges, and as you do, you catch some movement as you see a couple of figures go tumbling off the side and rocketing past you as they past you, and you manage to dodge past them. You get about halfway through this canyon and realize that you are now directly below the companion itself, and you look up and you can see that there is a moment of space where there is no creatures flying above you. You feel confident if you wanted to, you could rocket straight up and start heading towards the companion.
Get that spear ready. Let's do this.
Who's holding it? Is Valor holding it? Okay,
Yeah,
so Valor's got that
It
spear.
still makes me kind of sick.
Yeah, so Valor's holding onto the spear. Okay, all right, yeah, I'm ready. Let's do it. Okay, Calliope, you're just gonna rocket straight up towards it.
Yep.
Okay. You shoot up.
Eyes looking wildly, especially that fast dart.
Yes, of course.
Darting thing.
You shoot up and break free of the canyon as the buildings and rocks whip past you, and suddenly everything opens up as you get above the skyline of the city, and you can see the city below. Again, there's just kind of like ant-like streams of creatures in the various streets, and you can see as you're rocketing up towards the companion, there looks to be a significant push of devils moving at immense speed up the center of El Terrell, and they're just about at the gates of High Hall. And looking over at High Hall as you're going up, you can see that High Hall seems to be like kind of infested with growths, like abyssal growths, like there's strange organic shapes, and this devil force looks like they're getting ready to punch through the demon front lines to get into High Hall. The companion's getting closer and closer, and you notice a shape in that front line. You see a familiar, massive, hulking, mechanical, insectoid-like shape pushing the front, slashing through demons with flashes of light and claw, and is very close to breaking the line to get into the walls of High Hall. And you have the companion above you as well, rapidly approaching.
He'll keep.
Okay, so you're gonna keep going up towards the companion. Okay. straight up towards the companion. You get closer and closer to it. You can see the arcs of electricity and lightning rocketing off of it. Yeah, I guess Valor is going to stick the spear out like a lance as you rocket towards the dark orb.
Let's see if this works.
Okay. Real quick, I just want to say hi to the new chatter. Hello, welcome, thanks for joining us. This is a big moment. Okay, so you are rocketing up towards the dark sphere that was once the brilliant light of the companion, spear out in front with Valor being clutched in the claws of Winged Dummy. Okay. This is what happens.
Uh-huh.
Let me first ask you this. What does it look like as Calliope sort of charges this thing? Are you just gonna like go kind of straight at it and sort of like not really lose any of your momentum? Are you gonna kind of try to, you know, arc up and hover next to it so Valor can just poke it? Like what do you imagine?
Based on my previous research with it, what do I think is inside the companion? Would we just instantly incinerate? Because
What
let's
is
not go
inside
inside it
the
if that's the
companion?
case. We don't know if hitting it's going to even do anything.
Yeah, I mean, the previous companion was
Yeah.
like radiant energy, like it was, you had to wear special equipment just to get close to it. But
Yeah.
this new one, when you got up close to it, like there wasn't that radiant burning heat. There was the potential risk of getting hit by one of those bolts of lightning, but there wasn't like necessarily like a clear energy source coming off of the dark sphere. Like there wasn't like heat or anything.
Let's go inside.
You want to go inside? Okay.
Let's
so-
go.
Okay.
And so it's just like we just are like heading straight for it, and just like, Calliope, are we slowing down?
yeah, I think Valor is literally like, Calliope, are you going to stop? I don't know what's gonna.
You got this.
And she's just like bracing the spear into her arm as you start rocketing towards it, and we see all three of you just disappear into the darkness. The three of you experience a sudden muffling of sound, and then and you appear what seems to be inside the companion. You can see sort of strange swirling, almost black purple like clouds all around you, and sort of flashes of light, like you're inside of some deep dark cloud. There's just these flashes from the lightning, like Valor is trembling as you continue to rocket into the center of this sphere, and you see in front of you another sphere, but this one is made out of some sort of infernal iron. Like it looks like the same kind of material that is used for a lot of the metal structures that are so prevalent throughout hell, and it's just this crazy looking sphere that's got infernal runes all over it. You can see these really intricate looking, almost like divots in the side that kind of go around the diameter of this sphere, and the divots seem to like disappear deep inside, almost like keyholes, as you are now rocketing towards this floating iron sphere. Valor's like, did it work? Are we gonna, should I poke that thing?
No. Well, maybe. Let's get up to it. Let me take a quick look.
So I put the spear down.
Hold on to it.
Right, okay. And she sort of lowers, looking at it as you continue to and you get right up to it.
Yeah, and I want to pull out my jeweler's kit and inspect it.
Okay, so you come and hover next to it.
Squire Crystal, what is this?
As you're looking at it, we're gonna cut back to Kadam, because there's a lot happening simultaneously right now.
Yeah.
So, cut back to Kadam. Kadam, you've just been fully jolted from any semblance of trying to rest with that otherworldly screams, almost dimensional scream that seemed to just come from everywhere. And I don't know. Yeah.
Leaped to my feet, both frightened and after like a split second elated. They did it! They did it! Lulu!
Yeah, Lulu flutters to the side of the cage. You can't see her, but you hear the movement. Also, I realize within this 8-hour period, we'll just say for convenience sake, you hear at this moment a clatter of wood and hear like a groaning as a figure seems to be getting out of that box. And yeah, Lulu first says, oh, this is wonderful! This is great! And the two guards now seem to be looking around really nervously, standing there. You hear from the other side, that was, what, that's Valor. What was that sound? That was, oh, hello, by the way,
Yonder, they got it. They destroyed the contract.
You think so?
Yes, I do. Oh, thank the gods. Thank the gods.
Well,
she's gonna be so angry.
Why do you say that? What makes you think they did it?
Did you not hear that?
I did. But I was turned into mist. I've been recovering. And Lulu's like in the other cell, excitedly like, no, it has to be. That has to be what it is. I mean, why else would she have? That was her. That was clearly her.
Yeah, I'm just prancing around myself.
Okay, so this moment of excitement and joy within this horribly dark space, the two guards seem to be very distracted, and eventually they seem to kind of compose themselves. They come over, they start shouting at you and slamming the bars with their glaives to try to get you to shut up.
I ignore them.
They I mean, yeah, they seem shaken. They eventually kind of give up and just sort of sternly are like looking around. And after, maybe 5 minutes of this, you hear the elevator kick up as it starts to you can just barely kind of make out the light from up above of it moving through the central shaft of this. And before it even reaches the bottom, there's just a sudden burst of fire and brimstone in front of you, directly in the cell with you, Kadam, as Zariel just appears in a bolt of flame, seeming to appear out of nowhere in front of you, furious, looking down at you. You're coming with me. And she leans down and grabs you by the scruff and picks you up, holding you off the ground. She turns over her shoulder as the elevator clatters to a halt at the bottom, and it slides open, and you see some chain devils coming out. They no longer are useful to me. Let's add some new ornaments, shall we? As she turns and rips open the cell, you see her just literally grab onto the iron bars and literally rip them off of their hinges and throw it onto the ground as it clatters. And she not drags you, she's holding you unless you're resisting.
No.
She's just holding you and walks you over to the chain devils and then tosses you like a doll onto the ground with a thud, and you start to feel chains wrapping up around you. And she just goes straight to the elevator as the chain devils pull the three of you into the elevator. The doors.
I'll make eye contact with Lulu.
Yeah, she's wide-eyed looking at you and gives a nod, but she is being like held tightly. The doors close, and the elevator starts to go up and up and up towards the top. You start to hear the sound of battle getting louder, cannons firing, the screeches of flying creatures and things all around you, a couple of thuds, and then you see up above the sort of shaft open up as light spills in, and the elevator out into the hot, dry, blustery wind of Avernus. As wind blows all past you, you hear the sound of battle and lightning in the companion above you. It is just chaos around you, and Zariel is standing there with her back to you, and she just starts to walk with purpose towards the front of the ship across the deck, and you are being pulled by these chain devils. There are 4 gun emplacements up here that seem to be firing smaller versions of those cannons, but they are firing up into the sky, trying to keep any flyers at bay that are trying to dive bomb down into the fortress, and they are just almost instantly incinerated with each blast. Just but she is leading you towards the front of the ship.
Can I reach either Yonder or Lulu?
You are each being kind of kept, like you were probably close enough when you were in the shaft of the elevator, but as the doors opened and you were brought out, you see the chain devils starting to kind of, fan out, keeping some distance between the 3 of you. So I would have allowed you maybe a moment right as you're starting, to exit the elevator. You could try.
And she's turned away from us.
I mean, yeah, she's walking with purpose towards the front of the ship.
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna cast Misty Step
Okay.
to Yonder.
Okay. Are you doing it right as you exit the elevator? Like at what point in the journey are you doing this?
When there is sky overhead.
When there's sky overhead. Okay, great. Okay,
Sky for Plan B.
we gotta go to a map. All right, let me get Claire here. Isn't there?
I genuinely had this thought. Who are they?
What?
Claire's not here right now.
Oh. Shoot. I'm trying to remember how to get I just want you. You know what? It's fine. You all get to see this map because I can't figure out Roll20 right now. And we're just everybody's gonna get to see the map. So let me get us set up here. So as soon as you see sky, so you would have exited the elevator. And we'll do it kind of like that. And I have to get Zariel's token.
Here.
Oh, she's there. She's there. All right.
She's so big.
Yeah, she's really big. Okay. Does Misty Step require somatic component?
It does not.
Is it verbal?
It's just verbal.
Okay. Zariel has an insane passive perception.
That makes sense.
If you're going to try to do this in any kind of subtle way, you're going to have to make like a deception roll for me, I think, to try to do this.
Sure.
against her passive, which I just want to remind you, very, very high. But go for it.
Can I use my action to guide myself?
Can you use your action to... I don't... Oh, because Misty Step is a bonus action.
Misty Step's a bonus action.
Okay, sure. So let's first deception roll, see if you can get this to quietly pass her.
Oh, I was gonna try and guide myself to add a d4 to the deception check.
Oh, because guidance is just somatic?
You
You know what? Yeah, go for it. Just, you're fine. You're fine. You can add guidance. You can add guidance to the deception.
All right.
Yeah, you're good.
All right. 24.
It's not good enough. So,
All right.
this is what's gonna happen, because you start to incant the spell to do this. I think we gotta do a quick initiative contest here and see if you're able to...
lose that one. All right. Yeah, that's a 4.
Yeah, she got a 15. So you start to incant it, and the speed is frightening at which she whips around with the amount of speed and agility and strength, whips around and goes to just grab you by the mouth to stop you from speaking. Are you going to attempt to avoid that?
Yeah.
Okay. I think this is a contested, it's like a grapple. So you can do acrobatics or athletics. You are restrained because you are being restrained by the chain devils. So it's a disadvantage, but yeah, go for it.
One of this is cocked. Hold on. 8.
Yeah, she got a 26. So
yeah.
you like, again, it's so fast. You start to register what's happening, and it's like the nerve endings start to fire, to move, and suddenly you just feel as you are just hit in the face with a massive gauntleted hand. It hurts so bad. You think that probably some of your front teeth are loosened from it, and she is now grabbing onto your face. I'll take this one myself. And you start to feel the chains loosening around you as she just grips onto your face and now is holding you there and starts to drag you across the deck towards the front. You are brought towards the bow of this ship, past one of these gun emplacements that's firing. And as you are being brought there, Kadam, I guess you can kind of see what she's doing. You see one of her arms just kind of go up like this, and from the deck of the ship, you start to see, almost growing out of the material of the ship, these large spikes, just 3 distinctive large spikes with chains starting to sprout from them. She holds you there and pulls you in front of her, sets you down, and forces you, I guess she like grabs you kind of in front and forces you to look out in front of the ship. And you just see stretched out before you El Terrell in flames, creatures moving in the streets like ants. You see High Hall currently being besieged. What's your passive perception again? 20? I mean, you spot that charge happening, and you can see the distinctive shape of this mechanical thing moving through the center of El Terrell up towards High Hall, and you recognize it's the same mechanical contraption that you saw in Bell's Forge. And it seems to be leading the charge towards High Hall. This is a good moment for me. She kind of glances.
Is she still
towards-
covering my mouth?
Yeah. She glances towards Lulu and back out. This will be the last final vestiges of my past that I'll be throwing away. This is good. All of you will get
I'm
to be
gonna-
with me.
I'm gonna reach up and just put my hand on hers as it's on around my face.
Okay. So just reach up and touch the gauntlet.
Yeah.
Okay. Which, yeah, I guess it's her. She's holding you with her right hand because her left hand is missing. There's that flail there. So, yeah.
Right.
So she's holding you with her right hand across your mouth. Okay. You place your hand there.
Just stroke it.
Okay. Do it. Make a persuasion roll for me.
I love that this results in a 27.
27. Okay. She pauses. You feel the grip tighten for a moment. It's really painful. This is a massive iron gauntlet on your face. And then you feel the pressure relieve. And you can just read even this demigod next to you that is so single-minded and determined and powerful. You suddenly feel a moment of pause, and you feel the body almost relax. And then the tightness begins again. Well, you all get to be with me forever now. Be so nice. You'll see what I truly am capable of. You will have front row seats. And she begins to lift you up. And then suddenly she stops as there is a sound that cuts out across the battle, coming from off to your left somewhere deep in the city. You hear the collapsing of stone, like an entire building, an entire block just crumbles, and you're able to barely make out as she's holding you there. She seems to quickly glance in that direction. You can barely see. Something has just crashed into the city, something massive, and you hear a strange guttural deep sound of like a and you can barely make out the shape of that huge demonic presence that you encountered within the Bleeding Citadel. You see Inagu's pet has just landed in the city as she crushes your face with an immense amount of pressure and begins to shake. Perfect. She drags you across and places you down, and you start to feel the chains wrap up around you again as the chain devils crush you in their grip. I'll be right back. Sit tight. Oh. And go ahead and string them up. We don't want them going anywhere. And she just rockets off the top of the ship and dive bombs down towards that massive creature.
I'm gonna try again.
You're gonna try to Misty Step? Okay. Yeah, the... Yeah. Okay. Let's Okay, are you gonna be subtle? Try to be subtle about this one again, or are you just gonna cast it?
I mean, don't hurt to try. Don't
Okay.
hurt to try and be subtle.
Yeah. Go for it. Make
Another
your
deception check?
Yep, your deception. And I'm gonna. What did you get a natural 20? I'm gonna say that you're actually up here at the you got a natural 20. Okay, awesome. Sorry, I wasn't reacting because I'm like very focused on what I'm trying to set up here. Okay, okay, yes. So Kadam, we're about to roll initiative here for this escape. You are gonna get this surprise round because you are passed off, chains wrapped around you, and you're able to very carefully and quietly let out the incantation for the spell, and you disappear outside of the chains and reappear right next to Yonder. So that was your bonus action, correct? Okay, so all the chain devils whip and look. The one gunner there is pretty distracted by everything that's happening, but the chain devils are focused on you as you suddenly disappear and land there next to Yonder. What's your next move here?
Yonder, bat now.
Okay, we will roll initiative. Do you have an action you're going to try to do?
I'm going to hold the dash action.
Gonna hold the dash action. Great. All right, let's get some initiatives. This hopefully will be. We'll see. This could be. Did you roll another nat 20? Holy shit. Okay. All right. Well, the chain devil got that. I need to clean this up. Kadam got a nat 20. Is that a total of 20 or?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and then let's see if Yonder can beat the chain devils. They actually rolled horribly. Oh wait, that is not right. They rolled a 9, but fix that. Okay. Yonder. Let's see. Can Yonder beat their? Yeah. Okay. Yonder beats their 9, and then Lulu.
Come on, Lulu.
No, Lulu got a 5. Okay. So you start shouting that to Yonder. Yonder immediately registers and transforms into a tiny little bat. And immediately the chains all fall around him, clattering onto the deck.
I'll grab him.
You grab him and run for Lulu. Okay. I mean, the chain devil next to you is definitely going to make an attack of opportunity as you go running. Oh my god, I rolled a nat 1! Holy shit. Wait. Oh shit. Why don't we have... oh, that's right, because I don't have the... Here, I'm going to send us to the 4-player one just so that you'll get to see the other players' reactions. So I'm sure that'll be fun. And the roll. So yeah, nat 1, so only a 9. Okay, so go ahead, Kadam. Yeah, you go running up to Lulu. You can definitely do that. Oh, you will incur an attack of opportunity from Barb, Bearded Devil.
I do not care.
Yeah, honestly, they're busy. Okay, you get up to Lulu. Yonder is just going to, take the dodge action, and the chain devils. They're gonna unleash the one that the two. One's gonna go for you, Kadam. The other is gonna go for Yonder. So here we go. One for. They get 2 attacks. Okay, so this is on Kadam. Oh man, yeah. First one's a 26. So you do take 13 points of slashing, and you are once again grappled and restrained as the chains wrap around you. Yonder. These are at disadvantage. So 10 and a 16. That will hit Yonder. In his bat form, I'm assuming he only has 1 hit point. I don't know how transformation works for polymorph into a tiny bat. Doesn't say anything about their hit points. I don't know. I'm gonna go with Sure, he keeps his. I mean, he's a vampire. Sure, he'll keep his hit points. So 10.
1 hit point.
1 hit point. Okay, so he pops back into yonder form next to you, kind of stumbling. And you both are now being restrained by them.
That's fine.
And they're gonna try to. They're gonna try to drag you to the spikes to get you hooked up. So since you're resisting, both of you resisting, we'll do contested rolls here. So acrobatics or athletics to resist them.
Bonus action. Yeah, it ain't a
Can
reaction.
they have advantage by everybody clinging on to each other desperately, sadly?
Yeah, by yonder helping with this, and both of you are right next to each other. Sure, I mean you both are like wrapped. We'll say you both like grab onto each other and are trying to be one big heavy thing. Sure.
Right. It's a +1.
Okay.
17.
I rolled a 9 and a 12. So yeah, they're trying to pull you away from Lulu, and you're just like getting stuck there. It is now Lulu's turn. So Lulu, you're all adjacent to each other. So Lulu reaches out and grabs onto Yonder's hand with her little trunk, and with one of her crushed little arms, you see it sort of trying to poke out towards you, Kadam.
I'm holding on to
Shaking.
Yonder. Yeah, was that enough?
Is that where? Oh, is that how it works? As long as you're a chain, I guess you don't have to touch the caster.
I can reach out towards her. I mean, I'll just keep holding on to Yonder.
Yeah. But yeah, you all connect with each other, and Lulu closes her eyes, and you start to see swirling, prismatic, sparkling light swirl up all around you. The devil's looking around. The chains starting to tighten on all of you. You start to feel blood starting to be drawn from how tight they're pulling in on you. And then suddenly, you feel your stomach drop out as everything goes flashing into white and then coalesces into kind of a rainbow pattern and then dissipates. And you start to hear gasps all around you. And as your vision clears, you find yourself down in the catacombs of High Hall.
We mean no harm.
Surrounded by frightened citizens who are all gasping and starting to pull away from you. You throw up your hands, calling out, we mean no harm, just as you see Rhea Mantleworn, like, coming from around
Rhea!
the corner with a big sword,
Rhea, please
and
no!
then stops and sees you there. Raven Guard comes from around the corner as well and relaxes. We're going to cut back to Calliope and Pip and Valor. So, So, you all are up inside the companion, hovering there before this infernal orb of iron, covered in runes, strange keyholes all around the edges. And Calliope, what are you doing? Do you want to do an Arcana check on this?
I would love to do an Arcana check. Maybe using my Artificer's tools, which doubles my proficiency bonus.
Yeah, totally. I mean, this is also like yes, this is a whole new aspect of the companion you had no idea existed, but this was the thing that you dedicated a lot of your life to study.
Yeah.
So, yes.
My proficiency bonus is already doubled. It doesn't double again, does it?
No, I don't think so. I don't know. That doesn't seem right.
We take our shots. That's a 30.
A 30. Yeah, totally.
What is the deal with this thing? Can I use it to teleport
So-
Elturel back up? What happens if I blow it up?
You look at this, and within like a minute, you start to piece together what exactly this is. So this orb, it's about 50 feet in diameter. It's significantly smaller than the dark sphere that's 400 feet in diameter. All of the runes on it indicate like a prison, like something is being kept within. And then you start to put it together, and immediately you realize that this reeks of Bell's doing. This feels like Bell's engineering, and it feels like very similar to like Moon Color being trapped in that orb of force, but this is like a physical form of it almost. And those holes, they look like keyholes. It looks like this could probably be unlocked if you had the keys, but you would need I think there's I can't find it in the notes quick enough, but there's a certain number of them, right? But you don't have that.
And we have the universal key.
Right.
From
And
Bell, ironically.
wait, what? Wait, what? Am I missing something?
We have 4 charges of a magical C4 that's supposed to be able to blow through adamantium.
Oh, right. You do. You do have that. Okay. Okay, actually, I do need to look up how many of these keyholes there are then. Okay, so you do have those. Unfortunately, there are 9 keyholes. You could maybe there's a way you could finagle 4 charges to bust it open, but
Wait, why do we care about the number of keyholes and not just like busting the shell open as a whole?
I guess you could try that. I mean, with a 30 though, you suspect. Yeah, you could try it.
The way that you say that does not fill me with joy.
Well, I was gonna say with a 30, you're pretty confident that the sword could probably break this thing.
Oh, okay. That's easier too.
Or the spear, rather.
Yeah.
But yes, this essentially looks to be.
That's a way better idea. I felt so clever.
No, that was super. I loved it. That was. Here's what I'll say. You could totally do it with the sword, with the spear. You're not totally certain what's going to happen if you use the spear. You could certainly try it with the charges. The spear is probably a guarantee. The charges are. You might be able to do it.
I think the way that this works is like Calliope's like, aha, I'm very intelligent. I know just the thing. I'm gonna do this perfect callback.
Yeah.
Pulls out these C4 charges. It's like, okay, gonna place these, and we're gonna blow these things open. And then just like looks down and makes like eye contact.
Valor's just holding the spear there.
Yeah.
Should I?
Wait, yeah,
Should I?
that's a better idea.
Stab
Okay.
it?
Yeah, you can stab it. Okay, brace yourselves, everyone.
All right. Yes, everybody. This is a little awkward because I'm being kind of held here. Do you think it would be a bad idea for me to stand on top of it and like jab down? Does that seem stupid?
It does.
Okay, I'll just do my best. And she kind of gets situated as you hover up next to it. Okay. So you want her to stab it?
I would like her to stab it. Okay, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
And she lunges forward with the spear. It hits the edge of the companion and seems to stop instantly as she kind of like slams into it. And it's like all sound disappears. It's just complete and utter silence as she's suddenly frozen there in a moment of time. And then it quickly accelerates as the spear sort of with a bolt of light and jabs deep into the side of this metal iron sphere, and there is an ear-splitting ring like a bell as something just I guess even Kadam, you're down in the crypts at this moment, like just as you're starting to calm things down, and then everybody goes like this as this ear-splitting bell just chimes out as the spear digs deep into the iron, and you see Valor start to and all of you suddenly get blasted back with force as the spear shatters. Kadam, you suddenly lose touch with the spear as it is destroyed, and it with a flash of light, and all of you are blinded for a moment with this bright light. And again, as your vision clears, you just see these like fragments of this iron, like glittering hot red, sparkling down out of sight, and the black orb of darkness around you is starting to like lose its shape and dissipate. And caught there within the light as it begins to fade, you see there is a shape of something within, almost fetal, like a large shape that is starting to unfurl. You see wings starting to, multiple wings unfurling out as you see this beautiful celestial form of a winged creature, humanoid in shape, hard to behold, owl-like face as it hovers there for a moment, seeming to relax and lets out a sigh as the darkness begins to fade around you. And the form just looks up at you all, this probably, again, like 10 to 12 foot tall figure just floating there. You see their elegant arms sort of stretching out and then look towards you. What do you guys do in this moment as the darkness is starting to fade around you and you see this creature? Also, the sounds of the world are starting to rush back in.
I'd be speechless.
Yeah, as you both are, all three of you there, speechless, stunned in silence. This form sees you, and the figure, they begin to drift towards you, the four wings just sort of gently pulsing. As they fly up, they make eye contact. Almost feels like with all of, like each of you feels like it's just looking directly at you. And not really words, but sort of intention and feelings start to coalesce into a message in your mind. And for the sake of ease, I'm just going to speak. But again, it's just kind of like you are sort of into it, intuitively understanding what this thing is communicating. We don't have much time. I can save everyone here, but she will probably come looking, and I will be vulnerable. If you were able to free me from this prison, I have faith that you can protect me while I try to save everyone here. The darkness is starting to rapidly dissipate as the shards of shrapnel are falling down all around you. You start to become aware of an even more cacophonous sound, and you can't vaguely kind of in this shell-shocked moment can sort of make out there's something massive down below happening. Just shapes and violence and dust and blood.
Please. Yes.
Are you ready?
Tell us what to do.
You will have
Please.
You will have to come with me. Are you ready?
Yes.
And just as they look to leave, they have a moment as they stop. Your companion. All of your companions are free.
Are they safe?
For now. Do you both think you can protect me without their help?
It'd be better with it. But we don't have time. I don't see if we have a choice.
This is your choice.
We have to
You
try.
You either face this challenge, just the two of you, or the three of you.
Well, no, really, just the two of them.
So, yeah, what do you want to try to go get Kadam, or are you gonna just go straight away to the main objective that this thing is implying?
Do we have time to go get it on first?
We need to go to High Hall. Or, I mean, we don't know where to go.
We can certainly try. No, it is a choice. There is no way of knowing which will be successful.
Turns to look at Pip.
I'm all out. I'm useless here. The sword's gone. The spear is what we needed. There's no fixing that. We need Kadam. We need Lulu. And I guess the vampire, I don't know if he's around.
Let me think. Yeah, we need them.
Good. And they turn, looking towards High Hall, and they start to dive down towards it quickly.
I was right. Kadam is at High Hall.
So yeah, we're at time here as you all, with this celestial being, start to dive down towards High Hall. As you are rocketing towards it, you can see Calliope as the front area of High Hall leading into the cathedral. That massive mechanical entity pushes through into the depths of High Hall, busting through all of the lines of demons as you are heading in that direction. Okay.
I'm gonna have a boss fight with Glim. Let's go.
Excellent. Thanks, everybody. We're almost there. I think.
Oh my god.
I really think we're gonna be able to. I mean, there's gonna be some kind of ending. I think next week. Next week is our anniversary stream, right? It is next week, right?
Yeah, next week. We're
Yeah.
gonna be in person,
Yes.
all four of us in the same God's damned room.
Yes, indeed. We're all gonna be playing together in the same room, and I think it's gonna be the finale of our campaign that we've been doing now for like 4 years. Like we're gonna take a break from D&D after this. We're gonna take a break from these characters kind of indefinitely. I mean, like, maybe they'll come back in some capacity, but you know, this is it. This is the end. So yeah, I'll get emotional next week. I'm still trying to figure out getting us across the finish line here. So thank you so much. We'll see you all next week. Have a lovely evening. Goodbye.
So close.
So
Good night.
close.
Bye.
Good night.